At first glance, you might think Sweden is one big forest. Over 2/3 of the country is covered in woodlands. But the farther north you go, the more bare patches turn up. The old-growth forest starts thinning out. In many places, the countryside has been stripped bare. Like here across the border from Muonio, Finland, over 150 kilometers above the Arctic Circle. This is reportedly the work of Swedish lumber companies. Greenpeace has put signs on the trees saying, "Do not cut."
Clearcutting means everything is cut down and taken away. They plant new trees, and 30 or 40 years later, they cut them too. That's working against nature, not with it.
A single operator with a tree harvester can clear as much timber as 24 lumberjacks used to be able to in the same time. The machine's enormous tires leave behind packed soil and deep ruts in the ground. It's no surprise that it takes many years for anything to grow back here. A huge tract of land was slated for felling here, too. The forest belongs to Sveaskog, Sweden's state-owned lumber company. But environmentalist groups such as Greenpeace, as well as reindeer herders, had something to say about it. They placed the trees under their protection and patrolled and demonstrated for months. The quiet protests shook the company's majestic headquarters in downtown Stockholm to the highest levels. The former director had to go. We talked to the new CEO, Erik Bronsma, who says the company is open to a new approach.
We previously haven't managed that conflict in an optimal way, and there have been situations where we have not advanced the possibilities for the reindeer herders to practice their profession.
Back to the forest that belonged to Sveaskog. Around 4,000 reindeer currently roam the area around Muonio. They find enough forage in the summer. In autumn, the semi-domesticated animals like to graze on mushrooms. We met with the chairman of the local reindeer cooperative, Hans Holma. Does he trust the latest promises made by the lumber company? For now, he says, no trees are being felled. He's hoping it'll stay that way.
Of course, we're hoping for an improvement and a new direction. Erik Bronsma came up here to see us. But to be honest, it's happening 30 years too late. Most of the old-growth forests have already disappeared.
In Lapland's winter, food is scarce, especially now that the climate's turned erratic, with periods of relative warmth alternating with Arctic cold. The winter forage only grows in these woodland pastures. The herds graze on the lichen and plants beneath the snow.
We sort of have to decrease the volumes that we take out. If we want to have lichens in place, if we want to create corridors, create shelter and protection for the reindeer during the whole year, this has, of course, an impact.
Peace has returned to this forest, for now. The do not cut signs have been taken down. So will the trees have to get by without protection now?
Sveaskog will keep watch on their own.
Our colleagues from Greenpeace seem to sort of have enough trust at the moment that they left the area and focus on other issues. And I think that's a good sign.
Environmentalists and lumber companies have long been at odds. Now Sveaskog has pledged to harvest 20% fewer trees in the coming years, an agreement that many here hope will bear fruit.